What happens when an American rock singer goes on a mission to discover the meaning of life and learn more about the world we live in?
See that walkway?
Walkway? Holy shit, I see, yeah, what is that?
Tree sitters lived here for 3 years to protect this forest.
People sat up there?
And what happens if you film the whole thing?
Okay, hang on.
Yeah, hang on, guys.
I'm like trying to climb like this.
Part travel show.
So we are here in Eugene, Oregon. We finally made it after 36 hours of traveling and 5 cities.
Part sitcom.
Evidently the sun sets here like around, what, at
4:30.
noon or something? I mean, is the sun actually out now? Do you guys consider this the sun being out?
Yes, the sun is out. This is a sunny
This is a sunny day.
Part documentary.
Okay,
The more clouds, the better, because it gets brighter.
I'll remember that.
Part interview show.
Is there enough, like, big wood, for lack of a better term, in the second growth forest, you know, for them to get what they need?
Do you need big wood? You don't. I'll tell you something.
All reality show.
Some people.
Almost all of them.
Swear size matters.
Take 2.
Because it's real. Transcendent television is a reality show
Okay, hold on. Here, take this.
about the making of a reality show.
Dude, it is a show because we're filming a show about a reality show. But the reality is that I've reached a point in my career where I'm not satisfied anymore just being a singer. Do you understand?
Right.
So I'm traveling around the fucking country doing interviews with people.
It's a television show that you're constantly trying to define, just like art or life or music or religion or politics or porn. Or love or anything like that, right?
You're right. It's very real, and it is because you're married, right? So you know it.
Well,
Well,
he's not quite married
Not
yet.
anymore.
Oh, we'll see that. Yeah, well, that's exactly.
That's Transcendent television.
Well, that's the fucking point of it, isn't
Transcending
it? One,
marriage,
I
man.
meet you and you're married. Now all of a sudden it's like, who knows? And that's the way it is. But on TV, it's not that way.
Right.
It's always like so cut and dry. It's so simple. It's so
Right,
this
right.
and so that. So that's kind of, it's a constant redefinition because that's the way life
But it
really
keeps
is.
evolving. Nothing ever stays the same.
Right.
What reality show actually has anything to do with real life? Can we think of one now?
Transcendent television. Reality show for the rest of us.
We're in the cigar store and meet this crazy guy named New York Mike, but he's hardcore Republican. Hardcore Republican, conservative. I mean, he's rather well known. He owns the largest Harley Davidson motorcycle shop in America. He has his own radio show. He's just, you know, a real kick in the ass. Great personality, very passionate. But you could not be more opposite than this guy is. I mean, you know, if I'm over here, this guy's over here.
8 years of Bill Clinton. Did I come there?
God bless him.
Oh, Jesus, come on. Look at the man was disgusting.
Like, I'm like the one guy that goes to the cigar store that's the liberal, and everyone deals with it. You know what I mean? But they're all Republicans, notoriously, these guys that sit in these cigar stores. But, you know, for me, it's good research. It's a good way to get to know the other side in a friendly way. You know what I mean? Speaking of Antichrist, you mentioned George Bush just a few minutes ago.
Why do you keep on using these terms?
I'm just saying, listen.
Why?
He's talking about the American Indians, the Native Americans, how we saved them by bringing penicillin. Swear to God. Then he talks about the black people and how after only 6 years of forming our country that, you know, we abolished slavery and 600,000 Americans died in the Civil War for their rights. And he says that it wasn't our fault, the white men, it was the black slave traders in Africa. They were the problem.
How'd they get here?
Against
How'd
their
they get
will.
here?
Against their will.
Yeah, but who did they struggle with? Who sent them here? Who sent them here?
You're going to say the black slave
Goddamn
traders.
right.
I'm going to say the white plantation owners.
No. The slave traders in Africa, because they've been trading slaves for hundreds and thousands of years. They would have, if they paid them.
I'm telling you right now, he's fucking shocking. If you're left wing, the guy is shocking. But it's important. It's important to try to to try to get to the bottom of what's going on.
It's simplistic to divide the country red and blue, liberal, conservative, pro-life, pro-choice.
This guy's a real American hero, like an American hero. On September 11th in 2001 with the whole Twin Towers thing, he heard that news, he made some phone calls. He and a buddy got into their motorcycles, took off towards New York from San Diego, California, and didn't stop till they hit New York. They drove like 3 days straight on their motorcycles to come to New York City, to go to the Javits Center, and just help volunteer to help things out. That's cool.
I just feel like we're a little bit unsure about what direction or what shape the show is actually going to be, because we've discussed having interviews with certain people, and it's just concerning me. I'm just unsure, I think is what it is.
A lot of this came up because I said to Kevin, I said, well, what's the structure of the interviews going to be that we shoot, and are they going to be the same structure from interview to interview, just like a show would have? Generally, I know you don't like the word structure, but like we discussed last time, even things that don't have a structure, in a sense, do have a hidden structure, even if it's not obvious to you.
The point of the whole reality TV thing, like the non-reality reality TV, is that you're in it, and pretty soon you're developing as a character. Just as I'm developing as a character right now. I don't know who I am. Who am I? I don't know. But pretty soon in front of the camera, after a couple of shows, I become someone. We are just discovering what it is. And that's part of the show, is us discovering what it is.
We're going to be doing an interview with the most famous and controversial religious author in the world today. His name is Bishop John Shelby Spahn, best-selling author of about 30 different books on spirituality, religion, and theology. This is one of my favorite ones, Why Christianity Must Change or Die. He also wrote the book Rescuing the Bible from Fundamentalism. He's a big hero of mine, and I'm really looking forward to meeting with him. So let's do it.
The first thing that I wanted to tell you, and I just wanted to wait till we were on air, is what an inspiration you are to me personally. The hardest challenge when I was younger, growing up in a fundamentalist household, was how to reconcile what I was taught to believe versus what I was starting to realize I did believe, and how to still have compassion and tolerance towards fundamentalists. How do you stop yourself from becoming angry? How do you keep your faith?
Keeping my faith is not the problem. I grew up as a fundamentalist, so I have some roots in the system. And it was a very appealing system to me. I grew up in a fairly dysfunctional home. My father was an alcoholic. My mother did not finish the 9th grade. My father died when I was 12, and we were incredibly poor. And yet what carried me, I'm sure, through that phase of my life was that I had this very literal sense of God as a Heavenly Father who was taking care of me. Now, I think that's a great illusion, but it was a comforting illusion. And the more insecure people's lives are, the more they need illusions by which to live. What fundamentalism gives to people in the world today is a sense of security and certainty. That's why they get very angry when you ask questions.
You know what it is? It makes you think of God, in a way. Does it seem godlike to you? Like when you see it, you think about God more?
Yeah, definitely.
Like you think more about church.
Very spiritual.
You're like, dude, I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. It's a fucking creek. What do you mean, God?
Nature, to some of us, is so removed, or we are so removed now from nature, that it doesn't seem real to us. I mean, I looked at a creek today. I couldn't believe that I was seeing that in real life. We know that we're not going to lose the environment in our lifetimes. Us here, we have like 40, 50, 60 years left in our lifetime. So
we don't know that thing. The predictions they have right now are apocalyptic. Unbelievable.
For our lifetime.
For our lifetime.
There's a really old forest in Oregon. Trees 8 feet around, 300 feet tall.
That's a tall tree.
And the timber industry has paid George Bush a cool $1 million to cut it down. We need your help to save it.
95% of the old growth forests have been cut and replanted.
Wow. So there's only 5% of the old trees left?
I walked away from this interview with the environmentalists realizing that I think they're going to lose. I think little by little we're going to lose the environment.
The law of the jungle is tooth and claw. At this moment, we are the winners of the evolutionary struggle. Nature has a way of fighting back.
We're here in Biloxi, Mississippi. We're at what we call the Spiller's house.
The water and wind went completely through this building, went through the next building, broke out the glass, through the church, hit the next building behind it. That's how.
The water surge from that ocean over there?
From the ocean, yes.
I'm in front of 348 Fayard Street. It's another no-name house and a no-name street and a no-name town. America just doesn't know that Biloxi, Mississippi even exists. Even when I've been telling my friends all over the country, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to Biloxi, Mississippi. Not one person has guessed I'm going to Biloxi, Mississippi to do home rebuilding or volunteer work. This town is destroyed, and here's the story. Biloxi, Mississippi is destroyed. The whole coast of Mississippi, Louisiana has been destroyed. And then we're just talking about Hurricane Katrina, now flashed down to Florida. We had mudslides. We have tsunamis. It's like every day there's a new natural disaster going on in the world. I heard you a few minutes ago, you were saying that it increased your faith and you got more and more faith, but for me, I sometimes feel like there's all these natural disasters and all these people dying and all these people losing their homes. And I feel like I gain my faith in humanity because of the humans that start to come and help out, but I begin to lose my faith in the idea of God because of all these bad things happening to us all the time. Yeah. So as a preacher, what would you say to people like me when we're feeling that way?
When your faith is low, you practice your faith, and that's what you're doing right now.
I know, right? I know. I feel that. Like I feel palpable sense of sadness.
Yeah.
Like why do we have to go through stuff like this?
Yeah.
If God is great, God is looking out for us.
Well, through suffering, there's a blessing, and that is the next level of the faith that you're already getting because you asked the question. And when we ask the question, we're ready for that growth level. Suffering, in the holistic sense, is more than just pain and being affected. It's being perfected.
Right.
It's being made whole.
You don't become the winner without fighting for your life, for all of your life. Species by species, we had to. So there is built into us an enormous amount of aggression.
Now, a couple of months ago, I was in a big crowd of 100,000 people in the streets of New York protesting the Republican National Convention.
Scum of the earth.
Okay.
You guys.
Scum of the earth.
You guys were the scum of the earth for that week.
Let's just assume that we will win this revolution. It doesn't have to be violent. Does there have to be destruction of personal property involved? Can it really be through nonviolent direct action?
No one's taking any action.
Well, I'm sitting here talking and not doing anything about
That's
it.
true.
Look
What
at
are we
me.
gonna do? Let's destroy this car, man! I feel better. I think we really accomplished something.
I'll tell you what I learned about social and political activism from interviewing these people. They work their asses off, okay? No sleep for days. They're sleeping on the floors of their offices. They're working 18-hour days. They make no money because they don't get paid for what they do because it's all voluntary, right? Because we, the American public, for the most part, don't have enough sense to pay these people to defend our rights. So we wait until our rights are completely taken away from us. Then we stand around going, what happened? And look, it's not against you or me. That's just the way we are. We've always been that way, right? That's just the way we are. Little do we know that in these little pockets all over the country are these like little groups and offices of really concerned, aware, knowledgeable people who are totally already there fighting for us.
It's about organizing, and organizing is sexy.
The rights of the people to peaceably assemble without the government saying we can't.
I'm going to do an episode on Generation X. What happened to Generation X? Where are they now? disappointed? Are they disillusioned? What's going on? Remember the big promise of Generation X, like changing the world back in the 80s, and all of a sudden now, what are they doing?
Something is happening. Go behind the scenes of a revolution. It's MTV meets PBS.
Some totally crazy shit right happening here on Transcendent television here. It's a little riot breaking out because everyone wants to express their opinion.
Transcendent Television is a reality show.
Let's go take a tour around Ed's house. What do you say? Yeah. Yeah, one of his guitars, another guitar, and there's Ed straight up.
Because it's real.
Oh, the breasts.
Oh, really?
No, but you have to watch that though. See what you're filming my you're filming my crotch.
Okay.
See?
Okay.
Okay, no, but see, it's recording. Yes.
No.
So you're gonna film me. Okay.
You
so,
look great.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Alright.
You look very good yourself.
Well, it's just that your personality is too dynamic. You're too all over the place to be a cameraman. You know what I'm saying? Like, cameramen are like this, dude.
And Transcendent Television is about us.
I think that people pay too much attention to things that aren't important.
Yeah.
Transcendent Television, starring Ed Hale.